Yo, what up, YouTube? What up, what up, what up? I gotta tell you, this neighborhood I'm in is weird as fuck. Uh, I think I'm off in some type of pocket dimension in the guise of this New World Order shit. And, you know, you got Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, all right, massive globalist. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk is trying to get off to another planet or something like that. Or really, they're trying to exit the pyramid. When people go to that other planet, they're killed and their spirit is transported more than likely to Kylo. Kylo is a place called power. It pertains to the core of your body. And when the system shuts down as far as this pyramid, you run on backup. So it is kind of like a life support. Now, this never shuts off, it's perpetual. All right. And it kind of correlates with the film Kill Bill. All right. Kill Bill is, they have Uma Thurman who plays the battered bride. All right. And she's going out for revenge. But how the film starts is Uma Thurman is in a coma. All right. And Uma Thurman has to work her way out of a coma. So it's kind of like when people's spirit gets deported to Kylo, which is in another extra dimension, an incalculable amount of distance from here, then they end up more than likely working, okay, in what they believe to be a labor camp. And you have to work your way from the top all the way down to the bottom of the building. The first floor you come on is it's a black room and it has red lights. Now, YouTube or anybody else that is getting on me pertaining to my thoughts, it's not defamation of character unless that person is defamed. And there's no way that that individual can be defamed if I have false information. So if somebody comes to me and say that you defamated my character, then that's an admission to guilt. And if I am proven guilty for telling the truth, then the court of law don't stand up in America. So there's no such thing as defamation of character when it comes to me, because I'm ineligible for benefits or a job. In my own country, on a point in time where there's migrants, some of you may remember New Jack City. Nino Brown, played by Wesley Snipes, he was forced in that predicament. You understand? Now, here's what happened in this shoulder dimension. When you get to this shoulder dimension, all sorts of doors are closed on you. Any type of relationships, you won't be able to work a job. Even if you were going to hook up with somebody, all right, unless you knew that person, all right, personally, it's not happening, because people, it's a mass possession going on right now. And I'm kind of like that nigga from the movie Odd Thomas. Now, if you haven't seen the trailer for Odd Thomas, check it out and you'll understand what I'm talking about. I kind of have a way with perceiving spirits. And what you have is these operating spirits that are controlled by Masons, okay? And they are able, using the Book of the Dead or the Lesser Key of Solomon, just the key to the bottomless pit. The pit is your mind, all right? And the pit pertains to desire. And this is what scripture means, where sin lies at the door. But what many individuals don't know is that, pertaining to God, okay, these Masons that pertain to and call themselves God, it says in the Bible that there's individuals that have a high mindedness that calls themselves God. So if you're a God in an upside down kingdom, right, you're going to be doing evil. Woe to those who call good evil and evil good. All right. People use the buddy system through their Masons to only hook up with their Masons friends, and they take favors, drugs, or sex is generally the flavor. Okay. Because the currency is froze up. And the reason why the currency is froze up is because we're going through a so-called reset, which a reset is, you know, they're going to change all sorts of things in this world, and they separate the upper class, all right, from the lower class. This has happened, forgive me, to me each life cycle. And my originating base, sadly, was Walmart, Walmart. And I worked there, and when I started here, I had to come up through Walmart. You understand? Um, and you work your way from the underground to the first floor. All right. In my town, people got all kind of gestures. One of the gestures like this, or you bite your lip. You know what I'm saying? I got niggas pulling over to the side of the road. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm some type of trick. Um, I'm a grown ass man, you know, older than 40. But this is it is a economic world, all right, where it's basically monopoly. And you know, I don't have any bread. So if you follow Christ, you end up here, you just kind of ass out. Now, one of the basic human needs for a human being is affection. Okay. And I learned this during human development class. So these spirits, all right, you got four archons. You got one that's kind of like a millipede, allegedly. You got one that's as a dragon. You got one that's as a frog. Okay. And there's one other one, man. I don't know. The fourth one may be a mantis. Okay. Now, when the economy locks up, these chapters of Masonic groups within under these four principles, all right, start buying up everything and tricking out people, and people get abducted into allegedly UFOs, and they get split from their consciousness and go to Kylo. And eventually, as they're working, their consciousness will catch up to them and they'll regain their mind in another dimension. But they'll completely forget about their body on Earth. And what happens to their body on Earth is their body is just roaming around. Okay? Their body is just roaming around on Earth in a delta or a sleep state. So when you have COVID and you know about this Holy Spirit is called the breath of life, okay? Then it means that this individual is just operating on a base matrix matriarchy type system. This is what they call like the butterfly, or when people are monarch, because it's just a flesh vessel and their spirit has been taken out. Okay. And they go and they work in that place called Kylo. These dating apps, man, I got to tell you, there's a lot of people that's playing both sides, right? And I'm talking about there's entities that are androgyne. All right. I suppose they're archons, but you know what I'm saying? They could be male or female, apparently. They're androgyne. They have light cloaks or something like that. They could shapeshift. Anyway, the people that post up pictures as far as ads on, you know what I'm saying, these dating apps is in very destitute situations, and they have hit the wall and their spirit has been ripped out of them, and they are harvested as a commodity all right, to these Masonic chapters and sold and put into bondage and slavery, so on and so forth. All right. Using witchcraft, sorcery, and magic. All right. And those Masons that are trapped in those chapters, unfortunately, have to go along with the game. So that means, the separation of family members and everything else like that. Like, for instance, you know what I'm saying? I may have lost some of my family members and they still appear and look the same, but there may be a different spirit inside of them than I recognize for the 40 years that I've known them. Okay? The matriarchy, if you're not a part of the matriarchy, then the matriarchy doesn't care anything for you, and that's how they all share the same mind, is hive through UFOs. Okay? We are in something that is shaped like a bullion, and the first of a row of 8 or 9 Rubik's Cube, beige Rubik's Cube looking objects, and this is the technology cube. And forgive me for pronunciating in such way. I want to let you know, because I got to be very clear about this shit. Well, wipe my lip because I'm eating a salad. Okay? When I do like this, when I'm talking, my lip kind of did like this, that's not Ray. Okay? A lot of people believe in this entity called Ray, this deity, and things of this nature. And I only know Christ, all right, for the most part. Now, I believe that if Ray is what they say he is, then Ray is Christ. Okay? Meaning the seed, because your first eye is called the seed of intuition or the seed of the soul. Okay? So that would be the throne. That would be where Christ would sit. All right? Pertaining to this being a so-called upside down kingdom, right? The upside down kingdom is not the kingdom of Christ. And just because individuals do things in a particular fashion or way, or this is the upside down kingdom, God is consistent. He is the same today, tomorrow, and forever. So the apostles getting crucified or hanging themselves upside down is completely, I don't know, people think of it as a sign of a good deed, but I find it to be pointless. Okay, this would be most unnecessary. All right, Christ did all the work on the cross, and it takes faith to please God, and all you have to do is treat others the way you want to be treated, believe in God, okay, and try to love your enemies. In order to do this, just means you share the truth with people. That's how you love people. Forgive me. This way. My bad. I'm gonna finish that up and smoke my black and mild in a second. And you believe in God. Now, if you're holding out or trying to do right for the Most High, the spirits that be are gonna give you hell, and they occupy everybody around you. So when Tupac come out with the CD "Me Against the World," that's what he's talking about. When you come out this way, you either gotta be a pedophile or you gotta be gay. All right, they got the women roped off as commodities. The dragons, all these other archons and things of this nature. So what's left is the undesirables, and I gotta tell you, those dating app photos, even if you're completely unattractive, you know what I'm saying, you could take a better photo. All right, the photo itself look like it's some unsolved mysteries. It look like fucking obituaries inside the dating apps. Like, it's fucking unreal, bro. And people have a barter system. So when it comes to drugs and things of this nature, that's one thing. But I'm like this. I'm gonna have to suffer a bit more to be that desperate. Okay. I went on there. I was fair and square. You know what I'm saying? I posted my picture up, and the only outlets in these dating apps, the only way out, because most of these dating apps is like swipe right, which pertain to no type of communications or anything else like that. Um, you have to find one where you could actually send messages, and you have to find one where you could communicate with other people. Generally, if you're stuck in a container, they're gonna try to. A container means they put you in like a pocket dimension where it just kind of becomes like your type of veil. What I mean by that is those who have a living spirit, all the townspeople around have an interest in your affairs. Because it's not actually the people that's walking around as empty vessels. There are spirits that are controlled by these Masonic chapters and UFOs, because most of the Masons went to Illa. Some of them went to UFOs and had a party. Okay? It depends on what ship you belong to. Okay? But a lot of them went to Illa and they're working in a labor camp. Okay? Um, the work actually isn't that bad. I've been there before, more than once. Believe it or not, I went there once for Simone Biles when I was a kid. Okay? And your mind eventually comes back to you. You have to move and do work so that it jogs your memory. Eventually your mind will come up through the pyramid and it'll come all the way back up to that point. Okay? Now, Christianity is the only religion in which, okay, you don't end up in a work labor camp if you leave here or you're abducted. Okay? You go to a place of rest. It's two red picnic tables, and there is also a place of paradise there as well. It's another queue. Okay? Um, that's if you overcome this world. With me, this game cheats. It was a game when I originally started. Okay? And I conquered this game so bad, this pyramid, this bullion has gotten emotional, and the matriarchy tried to turn niggas pink, tried to turn niggas gay. All right? This is not a good look for gay people, but I understand many of you are up in Illa anyways. All right? If you're not in the barter system being utilized as a commodity under some S&M situation, which is false. I mean, you're being devoided, you're being split of your platonic relationship, so on and so forth. And usually this is promoted towards the LGBTQ community. If you're black in society, they're scared of you because you're a real nigga and you're not going to go for the same things. These big muscle dudes, these big white dudes, these big dudes out there, whatever, take MMA and all this other shit. It's because they scared, man. 1000%, because of the type of shit that they do on the low and the secret, and they exploit the middle and bottom class, and you either go along with the program or you don't. This happens when they shut down the pyramid. So what they do is they do inflation, they draw people into debt, and the prices are so wild and ridiculous that you have to end up joining one of these groups where they exploit you as a commodity, and they make these videotapes and everything else like this. This is a situation where it's done by leveraging and not really based upon economics and currency. You know, as everything is switching over to Bitcoin to cut people out. Predominantly the Christians that are real Christians, which is more than likely far and few in between, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm even estranged from my family. Even if your family loves you or people they love you, you won't be able to tell. You're gonna get nothing but disrespect or the cold shoulder for the most part. Um, Once people fall down this rabbit hole, whatever, they exploit them for their needs and they post up photos on these dating apps. Um, and it's like a third world demeanor. You know, individuals look, you know what I'm saying, used up, fucked up, like they've been having the pretty much the worst of times of their life, and they just let go and start doing a bunch of drugs and post the worst photos. I don't even think you could accidentally take a photo that bad. The type of photos I see on there, nothing about it appealing because it's about a different type of trait. The spirits jump from body to body. If an individual isn't sealed per any type of oral or sexual intercourse. Okay, I remember this shit from former lifetimes. Okay, you can see an episode on Black Mirror called it's like CSS. Your internet service your internet service provider is taken over. So your communications, as far as your cell phone, like when I contact my mother or my sister, when I do it through text, it goes through a third party first. Okay? And no telling if they got the message I sent. I don't think they really do. What happens is they get sent another message, and then so they don't know how you're doing, and you're in holding probably by some type of, even though you're unaffiliated, mafia or some sort that'll watch you from a distance. You see what I'm saying? That belong to one of these Masonic chapters and shit. If anything goes sideways or they create an event in which an individual can't pay, what they do is they'll kill the target, such as myself. I'm a Daystar though. So the shit I got inside of me, if you read the Bible, is real. And it's happened before. I had a toothache and the whole world ended. The 3D and 4D was wiped completely out. You could ask anybody about it. All right, that remember former lifetimes, viewing the secrets or whatever. Say that came from a nigga that had a toothache. It's based upon my stress level. You understand? They trying to stress me out to create a new Big Bang. My number is 11. You will find during global warming, Al Gore said we're going to dial the dial up to 11. What he's talking about, if you listen to metal or rock or anything, it's something called spinal tap. They shoot you with this gun. When they talk about niggas get shot in the back, they shoot you with this gun. This shit is electricity. It goes up your spine and turn you gay. This shit happened to me when like some years ago, like over 10 years ago. And I had to fight through my addictions. This thing make you so ravenously horny, you will fuck anything, damn near. All right? That's what they hit you with. Mine came in through the roof as spiritual technology and hit me in the back. I was sitting in my room upstairs at my old house. For the record, I am not. That's what I go by. So when individuals miss and they come at you all sorts of different types of ways, the things that I'm interested in, any straight dude would be interested in. All right. This world operates off of category boxes. And your ISP is looking at what type of porn and everything that you look at and and they're building a profile, and just like on Enemy of the State. And it goes to these Masons and it goes out to people around you for interest. They have a different app on their phone that is kind of like MS-DOS, where they had a bank accounts and all this other shit. This is that black market shit, that Tor browser type shit. And really, it's no need to trip because it's these geeky, dorky ass motherfuckers who got size, and that's about it. They can't think. They ain't got balls for shit. All these niggas had to do some goofy ass shit to get down. And they ain't built like a killer. Alright? So, you see a 200-pound old nigga, that nigga's a 200-pound old bitch. Especially if he doing well. He got nice things. Generally. Alright? Don't worry about it. It ain't that deep. But this is what these niggas do on the low. While moonlighting and peacocking in society, having interest in underage girls. And nobody does anything. Everyone turns a blind eye. But the cops, if you're a black guy, they'll watch you. But if they know you, like they know me, they won't fuck with you because they know that you can't get into court without a fucking lawyer. You see what I'm saying? So I'm out here just like on the ropes, trying to make it, trying to survive and shit. And nigga, that shit, them dating apps is real than a motherfucker, bro. The motherfuckers on there be looking non-human as fuck. Very rare as humans here. And they get excited and cheer when a buck goes down. That's what they looking to break a buck, to turn a nigga from his natural orientation into something else. So LGBT been weaponized for a minute by the androgyne society. See, it's not about being LGBT, it's about being androgyne. Where I came from, we were sexless. Okay? And I came from a place from beyond that. Alright? So they gotta let me out this motherfucker. That's what's going on. Alright? And if anything is sideways when I get back, everybody here will know about it. You understand? Because I'm going to get my brothers and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to get busy. Top down, all the way down. The earth exists inside of the living room of the place, my second home. My home away from home. It's not my home, but it's with family. Okay? I got some young mantis. Okay? Those are my homies, man. You know. And I have my baby brother. You know. But here, you know, you have to disguise everything you do. All right? And they know that one of the basic needs for a human being, us being mammalian, right, is affection. So what they do is they try to harvest love either through pedophilia. They try to take it because they so thirsty, desperate, cowardly, and weak, even though they got better bone density and everything like that. They pure bitch. Very few are real. All right? They ain't built for nothing. These niggas spend their entire life working in Illa. Okay? This the king of the South or whatever. This extra dimensional factory, and they work there for millions and millions of years without ceasing. And you never get out of that fucking labor camp if you don't catch your mind. Not all of them catch their mind. They just use them to work. You have to keep working until your mind come back because they're literally like the people down here on Earth. All right. So it's bad out here. The inflation is insane. Some things, I watch eggs go up. Shit, a little over 600%. 60 eggs was $3.44. Like 5 years ago, for it to jump 600%, that's more than a loan shark place. Carton of cigarettes, Marlboro Reds, to going up 100%. It's twice the cost. It costs like $11, $12 for a pack of cigarettes, regular, here in the Midwest. All right. Not all dragons is bad. Not all mantis is bad. Not all masons is bad. But this is a situation that's in operation in which during a reset that they kick everybody out and somehow I got left behind. All right. So I'm just seeing where the hell this goes, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get home, back home to where I'm from. All right. But these dating apps is real as fuck. All right, and they do this thing where the androgynes tie up the females and they tie up the males. That's what Miley Cyrus meant by "I came in like a wrecking ball," and they keep everybody separate. So what you're left with is the scragglers with bad headshots and photos that's hit the wall, so to speak, or getting thrown all around society and getting used for hoe. They fucking have them post up their pictures at they optimal worst. They generally just post up a random photo because they've been going through Euphoria. You know, that show with Zendaya in it. That's how it is. It's unrealistic. I don't see anybody hitting up anybody for anything because you gonna need more than drugs to fuck with that shit that's on there, bro. Like when I don't diss people, I come from a humble spirit, but this shit is inhumane as fuck. It's unacceptable. Uh, but that's what's going on with society. All right. While other things get moved around the country, all these distractions, so on and so forth. All right. So if you still hanging in there, peace and blessings. Keep your fucking head up, man. Um, and you know what I'm saying? Most of these niggas out here just talk. That's all they fucking do. Um, you know, I checked on my friend Cherie. I wish they give Cherie her room back, his room back. I have to say his here because the oppressing spirit, you know what I'm saying, has an issue with male female. Anyways, I'm looking forward to. I really like to go to the Nelson's Art Gallery to find a door. There was this door I went to, and it was kind of like a passage to get back home, where I'm from, another place beyond space. Believe it or not, some outer limits type shit. But I don't have a car, so I can't get to the Nelson's Art Gallery. My homie is up there stuck. What happens around this time? They take his room, and it's very subjective of whether they will get their room back or not. But I hope they get it back because they're pretty awesome. I hope everything works out for them. All of their subscribers seem to be fucking tone deaf. No, nobody, not all of them, but a majority of them, because they don't seem to notice when somebody is fucking hurting. It's really weird, man. Like these people are zonked out, which means their spirits in healer. And like I said, when you see these niggas in the street walking around like zombies and just kind of like zoned out like this, you know what I'm saying? Like they TKO and they drive like that and they can't drive good and they walk and they get in your way. They're like pests, they like gnats and shit. And I ain't trying to be a dick. They literally go out of their way to do it because these spirits do that shit and they'll smirk at you when they do it. But that's what's going on. These are dead vessels, they're open vessels, and spirits are masquerading in everybody's vessels. This is way more dark than Halloween, but people are so tone deaf and blind. And we have a society that is like Lord of the Flies, where the kids have to raise each other. You know, the parents are on they think they know type shit. And these children are the new harvest, man. They get taken advantage of and they go through things and offer different things. And drugs is a huge part of this mix as well, as far as getting to kids. And it's a large societal problem. I've had problems with this place before in regards to this. All right. I understand because them photos, them headshots on them dating apps is fucked up. And them kids in high school gonna get out of high school and have nowhere to go. So they have to either join Masons, join military, or they get picked up by somebody. But even if they go to military, they end up joining the Masons. They're all under a fucking catch net. So you can't fuck with anybody. And they're in an entanglement. Their spirits are all entangled. They're confused as fuck. Alright? They're mean spirits, they're evil spirits, and the spirits have an issue with you if you have the spirit of God on you, on site. Alright? It's in the Bible, man. There's a spirit that worketh in the children of disobedience. They all had the same mind and shit. Alright? And if you think about it, LGBT has consumed or eaten the world against the will or the wishes of the other population that's contrary, and everybody just waywardly went with it because their souls or spirit got sucked out of their body and put into a fucking labor camp. And I got left here. I always get left here by myself. When you see the movies with Matt Damon and you talking about growing potatoes, you see how this light is on me. It's like I'm in outer space or some type of shit. I'm a real nigga right here on Earth. I'm not these other niggas using blue screens or backgrounds and none of that shit. The other day, they do weird shit like, my neighbor's dog came over and smelled my hand. Then all these dogs started being interested in me. And then once niggas' dogs get interested in you, the people get interested in you because the spirits jump in the fucking dogs, man. And the dogs do things for the people. And the people are blind, have been struck blind because of their ways in my town. You see? So it's like I'm babysitting a community that fucking hates me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what to say, man. I hope no niggas find me attractive walking on the highways and byways when people pull over, because I really get pissed off when niggas pull over. I just feel like it's disrespectful. I'm a grown ass man. All right, use proper channels, dating app, or some shit like that. Nigga like me will get you. All right, and peace and blessings be with all everyone out here. But this type of strange shit that's going on in my life, you know what I'm saying? This world is different. This is what they mean in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. My life got flipped, turned upside down kingdom. I like to take a minute, just sit right there. Let me tell you how I became the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What type of school, what type of relationships do you think was at that school with Fresh Prince? He was saying this is the other side of the game. I ain't seen this shit before. So he got one little fight and his mom got scared. He might have died in that fight. And then it branched off into a different reality where the world was flipped. This kind of like this pocket dimension or weird shit that I'm in right now. This shit is odd as fuck. These people are weird as fuck, nigga. 1000%. Peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out.